Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and felt like you are simply not enough? Not smart enough, not strong enough, not good enough? Like everyone around you has something you are missing, and no matter how hard you try, that feeling of being broken never fully goes away. If you have ever felt that way, this story is for you. Today, I want to share with you a story about a young man, an old potter, and a cracked clay pot. A story that changed the way I see imperfection forever. Stay with me until the end, because the lesson in this story has the power to change something deep inside you.
In a small village nestled between dusty mountains and dry rivers, there lived a young man named Rayan. Rayan was not ordinary, he was gifted. His mind was sharp, his heart was kind, and when he spoke in class, even the teachers would stop to listen. But Rayan carried a secret he buried deep beneath his smiles and polite silences. He had a slight stutter. Not always, only when he was nervous or excited or passionate about something. Only when the words inside him were too big for his mouth to carry. To most people, it was barely noticeable, but to Rayan, it was everything. It was the wall between him and the world. He would sit at the back of the room, avoid raising his hand, refuse opportunities to speak in public. His dream was to become a teacher one day, but every time he imagined standing in front of a classroom, he heard the laughter from years ago when as a child he had stuttered during a school presentation and the entire room had gone quiet in that horrible, uncomfortable way. That silence had followed him for years.
One afternoon, feeling particularly low, Rayan wandered to the edge of the market, a place he usually avoided because of the crowds and conversations. There, tucked in a corner between a spice cellar and a fabric shop, was a small pottery stall. An old man sat behind it, hands caked with clay, eyes calm as still water. His name was Baba Naseem. He had been a potter for over 50 years. The pots on his table were beautiful, round, smooth, painted with warm, earthy colors, each one unique. Rayan stopped and picked up a small pot. He turned it slowly in his hands. It was stunning. But on one side, near the base, there was a small crack, a hairline fracture, barely visible. "This one is cracked," Rayan said, and then winced because the word cracked had caught slightly in his throat.
The old man looked up and smiled. Not the pitying smile Rayan was used to, just a warm, knowing smile. "Yes," said Baba Naseem, "that one is my favorite." Rayan blinked. "Your favorite? But it is damaged." The old potter set down his tools and leaned forward. "Sit with me for a moment, young man." Rayan sat, not quite sure why. There was something about this old man that made him feel safe. Baba Naseem picked up the cracked pot gently. "I made this pot 30 years ago. I was in a hurry that day. My wife was ill, my mind was elsewhere. When I finished it and it came out of the kiln, I saw the crack and I almost broke it, threw it away, started over." He paused, but then something stopped me. I placed it in my garden and filled it with water. And do you know what happened? Rayan shook his head. The water that leaked through that crack, slowly, quietly, watered the earth below it. And over weeks, a small flower grew right there. A flower that would never have existed if the pot had been perfect. Rayan stared at the pot. Something in those words touched a place inside him he had kept locked for years. Baba Naseem continued, his voice low and steady. "I have been making pots my whole life, and I will tell you a truth that took me 40 years to learn. No pot is perfect. Not one. Even the ones that look perfect, if you hold them to the light, you will see the marks, the uneven edges, the small bumps left by human hands. That is not a flaw. That is proof that something real made it.
Something broke open inside Rayan, quietly, like a door slowly swinging on a rusted hinge. "How do you know," Rayan said softly, "when your flaw is the kind that grows flowers and not the kind that just makes you broken?" The old man looked at him for a long moment. Then he said, "Tell me your crack." And for the first time in years, Rayan spoke about his stutter. He told Baba Naseem everything: the presentation, the silence, the years of shrinking, the dream of teaching that he had almost given up. As he spoke, his words stumbled a little, but the old man did not look away. He did not flinch. He just listened. When Rayan finished, Baba Naseem was quiet for a moment. Then he asked a question that Rayan never forgot. "When you stutter, when the words catch," Rayan thought, his mother, his closest friend, his uncle. Not once had they walked away. "No," he admitted quietly. "That is because," said the old man, "your crack does not stop the water. It changes the direction. The people who are meant to receive what you carry, they will still receive it. Maybe not perfectly, maybe with a little struggle, but they will receive it." He leaned forward and placed the cracked pot gently in Rayan's hands. "A teacher who speaks perfectly says words. A teacher who speaks from struggle, he teaches something else entirely. He teaches courage." 3 years later, Rayan became it in front of 30 young faces and said something that none of them expected. He said, "I want you to know something about me. I stutter sometimes. When I care deeply about something, the words don't always come out smoothly. I used to be ashamed of this, but I am not anymore, because I learned that nobody, not one person on this earth, is perfect. And that is not a problem. That is the point." The classroom was silent, but it was a different kind of silence. Not the cold, uncomfortable silence he had feared his whole life. This silence was warm. It was the silence of 30 young hearts opening up just a little bit, because their teacher had shown them it was safe to be imperfect. And in the back row, a small girl who had been too afraid to speak for weeks, afraid of her accent, afraid of her halting English, slowly raised her hand for the first time. That is what a cracked pot does. It makes room for flowers to grow in places that were never planned. So, let me leave you with 3 truths from this story today. Truth 1. Your imperfections are not evidence of failure. They are evidence that you are real, that you have lived, that you have been shaped by real experiences. A perfect person has never existed. Not one. Not in history, not in scripture, not in any corner of this world. Truth 2. The flaws you are most ashamed of are often the very things that connect you most deeply to others. When you hide your struggles, people see a performance. When you share them, people see a human being. And human beings trust other human beings, not performances. Truth 3. Perfection is not the goal. Growth is. Every day you try again, even with your cracks, even with your fears, even with your unfinished edges, you are exactly where you need to be. Before you close this video, I want you to ask yourself one question, and I mean really ask it, not just think it, but feel it. What crack have I been hiding that might just be the place where my greatest gift flows through?
Write it in the comments. Let someone else read it and know they are not alone. Nobody is perfect in life, but everyone, every single one of us, is enough. You are enough, just as you are, with your cracks, your scars, your stutters, and your stumbles. You are not broken. You are human. And that, my friend, is the most beautiful thing you could ever be. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And don't forget, wisdom is only powerful when it moves.